Hi everyone, this is Ghalib Kamal, and you are seeing me on my YouTube channel. And today I have a very special person with me. He is from India, and basically he was involved with the Tabligh movement for a very long time, and he is aware with the ins and outs of this Tabligh movement. Today's video is basically in English because Hassan actually speaks Tamil, and I cannot speak Tamil. So we are going to communicate in English, and he's going to tell us about the current crisis through which the Indian government and the people who run the Tabligh movement are going through, because it is kind of becoming a very non-cooperation type of environment in which the leaders of the Tabligh movement or the overall members of the Tabligh movement are not cooperating with the Indian government on the level which is required to control this outbreak of coronavirus in India. So Hassan, I would like to welcome you on my channel. And I know that the people who are watching my channel would very much like to listen to what you have to say about the current situation and the role
Uh,
of the Tabligh movement in it.
yeah, thank you, Galib, to inviting me to your discussion, and thanks everyone, and for your viewers as well. And let's move on. Move on with the discussion. Yes.
So currently, as you are seeing that coronavirus is wreaking havoc all over the world, and globally it has become a cause of concern for even those countries where it has not hit that bad as it has hit bad
Yeah.
in Europe or in America. So what do you think, how this thing is going to progress in India, and how the Tabligh movement is kind of becoming a problem, and what
I
they think about this?
I think Tablighi movement. Let's move, get into the details of the Tablighi movement itself in detail in later. But as you asked, the question itself, how this is going to be a problem in coming weeks and months in India. I think it's going to be very huge. I think this is going to be like patient 31 10x. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
happened in South Africa? This is the case, exact scenario is going to be unfolding right in front of our eyes in India right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
this is all I can say at the moment. So I hope this is we'll be able to make it under control. But as of now, seems like it is getting out of hand at the moment, because this seems like these people have already spread across the country and spread all over the world also, to many other countries as well. Yeah. That's with regard to. I think what we heard in the news is, I mean, continuously these Tablighi, the seniors were warned by the Delhi police and other authorities, and they're not being taken very seriously. And even the Delhi police has released the video subsequently, because the Tablighi seniors have tried to shift the blame onto the Delhi police, saying the
Uh-huh.
Delhi police has not taken this issue seriously, and they have been very taken this very lightly, even though they have asked to evacuate um, the
Tabligh
attendees,
Marcus. Yeah, yeah.
Tablighi markers. Yeah. So they have tried to shift the blame onto the Delhi police and the other government officials. So then the Delhi police has released the video, which has happened somewhere around 23rd or 23rd or somewhere. They have called up some senior six officials, Tablighi seniors, and they have warned to evacuate these markers as soon as possible. So they have tried to shift the blame onto the government itself,
So
unfortunately.
the Tablighi
So
leaders are
yeah,
not cooperating. They are not willing to evacuate the Marcus.
that it seems like that is what has been happening. They have been dragging their feet all along, and they have not been taken seriously. And but I have heard, even from this, what I got the tape, actually, what was released in the media. I got the Tamil translation of it, and I think I can assure you that it the accuracy of it is almost similar. But the Maulana says, the Maulana Saad, what he says in Urdu and the Tamil translation is almost identical. What he says very
Okay.
clearly is that this is the time to not to move away from the mosque. This is the time to get closer to the mosque. So it is obviously this itself is a direct violation of the rules and regulation as put in place about this social distancing and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So that itself, yeah, yeah,
So I want to ask you, what will
yeah.
happen if these people continue to pray 5 times a day in the mosque, and they also continue to a huge number of people also continue to gather on every Friday for the Jummah prayer? So what do you think, uh, how the virus is going to spread? Because person to person contact and a lot of people coming together in a close vicinity is going to transmit the virus. And what do you think, their students and the people who come to say prayer in the mosque, aren't they
Yeah.
going to get sick?
Obviously, I mean they are also well aware about it. In the same audio, the Maulana says is referring to some the certain quoting from the history where the Sahabas and during the Sahabas time this kind of pandemics had hit, and the one Sahaba who led the prayers, and during one prayer the then he died, and the following prayer is funeral prayer was done. So this is for them, this is the like dying in the path of it's like a jihad for them. Dying in
It's
the
a test of
is
their
the
faith.
highest, is kind of not only the test of their faith, is kind of a martyrdom. It's like the highest reward for them
Okay.
to die as a, yes.
Okay, one
So
thing,
they
like
know
these Maulanas.
they are fully, yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
are fully aware about what is going to happen. Uh,
So
they are fully aware about it. They are not ignorant of what is going to happen.
So
Yes,
you mean to
they
say
are
that
fully aware.
the
Yes,
leading Maulanas are
yeah.
exactly aware that what coronavirus or this COVID-19 disease is going to do to the Muslim people who are coming to their mosque to attend? So are they communicating this danger to the people who are coming to attend the mosque, or they are just keeping them in oblivion? What do you think?
Uh, if you're talking about it, then I have to go into detail about the whole how this whole Tablighi movement operates.
Yeah, exactly. We
If
would
I'm
like to
to
learn
talk
about that.
about the yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is not about if I am to start from the beginning. If I am just to give an introduction about this whole Tablighi, I actually it's not a more than a Jamaat. Jamaat is, I mean, it's a group basically, right? But it's not a group. It's more than a group. Yeah, I would like to call it, since I've been in this movement for like nearly 2 decades in this movement, and fortunately I was able to open up my eyes and see the reality. It's
Mhm.
basically I would like to say this is a cult, nothing
Yeah.
less than a cult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you look all the characteristic of a cult, this
Yeah.
movement has all the characteristics.
Mhm.
So these people, all these Tablighi followers, they blindly follow whatever the leadership says. Even
Uh-huh.
even they don't, they call themselves Muslims, or more than that, for them, even they will disregard what is in the, even what is in the Quran or Hadith. Even if the leadership says something, that is what they will follow, not what is in the Quran or Hadith. So this is basically a cult following. If you see their activities, they dress alike, they eat alike, and this is how they behave.
Mhm.
So that is how they are controlled, and they are like, even I don't know how many aware, and even about this movement, even most majority Muslims are not aware about what is going inside this movement.
Mhm.
Even the
So,
Muslim scholars themselves, even majority of the Muslim scholars themselves don't know what is going inside this movement. They are also
uh-huh.
basically ignorant.
Okay.
Actually,
So,
it is, yeah, it operates in a very, very subtle way, because these movement, they don't keep anything in black and white. They don't keep anything
okay,
in
okay, okay.
writing.
That's really strange. Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't. If you walk into any Tablighi markers, even in Tamil Nadu or wherever you find them, they have a very strong leadership from Tamil Nadu, and the regional wise, area wise, even a mosque as a Hamir.
Yeah, yeah.
They have broken down leadership, but
Hmm.
nothing in writing. If you
Nothing in
walk to
writing.
a markers, if you walk into a markers, it will look very similar to a normal mosque.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
won't
yeah.
find anything.
So who
That
is
is
coming
that.
in and who is going out? They don't keep any kind of record. So in this case, if someone wants to find
Maybe,
a,
maybe you will find a piece of paper in someone's pocket. That's all you will
okay.
find.
So if even if they have
Yeah.
traveled to different countries and brought back coronavirus with them, so you wouldn't find any history, any travel history that who is going where and which Tablighi member is coming from which country. So you wouldn't find anything
They
like that.
know, but the strange thing is, they know from, they are very smart enough to, they have very close connection. They have the personal connection.
So do you think they
They
might
make
even be trying to hide the people or trying to give protection to these people who have traveled abroad
exactly,
and come from
exactly,
abroad?
exactly. If
Ah,
you really know the how they operate, it's very easy for them to hide, Ghalib. So, for
okay,
example, if
okay.
I'm to tell you how they recruit and how it is too much of a detail to tell you how they recruit and how they get membership. There's no membership as such, because it's a very, very loose movement. They don't give any
Mm-hmm,
membership card or anything like that. So
mm-hmm,
it's a very, very
mm-hmm.
strange movement in that sense. So, but like they have something called very stringent regiment. The
Mm-hmm.
rituals. What you have to follow daily, weekly, monthly, yearly.
Okay. So
Like what you
in
have
a
to
sense,
do
you
it.
can say,
Yeah,
in a sense,
yeah.
you can say that they are like some kind of gangs that exist in the West. You can equate them with them like racist
They
gangs.
not only like a gang, it's like a cult,
Yeah, because
but
many gangs also
10
have their
times.
own cults.
I would say this is the most successful cult, most successful cult operates subtly, I mean, blinding everyone's eyes
Ah,
in a very subtle way all over the world.
mhm. So,
Yeah,
do you think that
yeah,
this resistance, the kind of resistance they are showing towards closing
yeah,
the mosques,
yeah.
do you think that this resistance is going to continue in the future, even when people will start to drop like the flies? Do you think like this?
Even if they, exactly, even if they die, start falling dead, I mean, that is not going to scare them. So, as I told, this is not going to scare them. This is what they believe. For them, this is the Shaheed, the higher status for them. This is what they have been fed throughout. They will quote from the Sahaba. This is how the Sahabas died. So,
So
uh,
for normal people like us, it's
yeah,
death,
yeah,
but for them it's martyrdom. So they are going
yes,
to bring it upon themselves, and along with them, normal people like us are
exactly.
also
That is the
going
real
to die
danger.
because
That
of
is
their
the real danger.
negligence.
That is
So
the real danger. They are going to spread it to others as well. Yeah, that is the real
So
danger here.
in such a situation, would you support
Yes.
the government to take, if the government takes a strict or a harsh action against these people?
Exactly, exactly. With these people, normal negotiation, discussion is not going to work because these people are totally resistant to any logical reasoning. So only stringent regulation, strict hard action is going to work with these people. So we'll have to learn it the hard way. If not, we'll have to pay a very higher price in that case with the people's
Okay.
lives.
And
Yeah.
let's talk about a normal tablighi, a person
Yeah.
who is not a leader, who is just a member. Maybe he is not very well educated. He has just got nominal education, and he doesn't have a
Yes.
very good understanding of biology or medicine or science. So, do
Yeah.
you think if even someone tries to educate such a person who is just a normal
Yeah.
tablighi, will it work on
Yeah.
these people or not? Like
Absolutely not.
let's say
Abs-
you or I, we go to the tablighi markaz, and or we meet such
yeah.
a tablighi, and we try to tell him
Yeah.
about coronavirus or COVID-19 disease and how it spreads.
No.
So will we be able to make these people understand?
No, you won't be able to because they will say for them it is for them, even for that matter, even an average Muslim, will say this is this has come from God, Allah, and this is
Uh-huh.
a punishment or a test. So this is nothing to do with biology for them, it is only a suburb for them. The virus is a suburb, only a means of Allah is testing you. So this is a direct punishment for our sins or whatever. So no amount of science, no amount of rational explanation is going to convince them
one
of
one
the
other
danger.
thing you might be seeing for the last few days on social media and even on mainstream media, it is playing now, even in Pakistan, which is my
Yeah,
country, in India, and even
yeah.
in from Bangladesh. I've seen some videos. There are Maulvis who are praying for this uh, the West and the non-Muslim countries to be destroyed by this coronavirus. So do you think even the people of this Tablighi Jamaat might be saying the same prayers, or they might
I
also be
think
wishing that?
they are the biggest initiators of all these prayers, to my knowledge. They are the people, if I'm not mistaken, today most of the people were fasting in
Mhm.
the Southeast Asia. I don't know about the rest of the world.
Uh-huh.
So it is these tablighis are the main instigators of all these fasting and praying and repentance and all the rest of it. They think I mean, I am getting so many audios, because I am a closeted Muslim. So I am
Mhm.
still have connection with these tablighis and so many other Muslim groups. So I am in and out. I am getting all these messages throughout. So what they're saying is only way of getting rid of this virus is through our repentance, nothing else. No amount of scientific research or medicine is going to work for this. Only our good deeds will bring us a solution for this. So this is
So
their thinking.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if you are aware, there was a Maulvi in Pakistan. His name is Naimi,
yeah,
Maulana Naimi. So at first he was saying
yeah,
all these similar things, that this coronavirus is not going to
yeah,
do anything. This is a hoax or a conspiracy
yeah,
by the West. And in
yeah,
the end, he was infected by it, and he was also admitted in the hospital, and he was on a ventilator for a week or so. Then, but thankfully, this guy survived. So uh,
yeah.
these people, but when it comes to dying, do you think these people will go to the hospitals to be treated, or there could be a small minority as well who wouldn't even want to be treated?
Yeah, yeah, there'll be, it's possible, so small minority, they don't want to be treated as well. I can understand that mentality as well because they would rather die than accept the reality. There's a percentage of these hardcore fanatics, they would rather die than, think through and accept the reality. I can very well understand that since I have been
So,
with these people. Yeah,
so do you think that government should charge these leaders of this movement for
definitely. Of course,
crime
they
of
have
spreading
to.
a
They have
disease?
to.
They should.
Definitely, they have to charge. They have to charge not only the leadership, even at the regional level. Whoever been, I should say something, Ghalib. One more thing, which has been happening throughout with regard to this Nizamuddin Markaz. All these decades and decades, this has been happening with regard to Nizamuddin Markaz. People have been visiting this Markaz all over the world. This is the Tablighi headquarters, world
Yeah,
headquarters,
exactly. Worldwide headquarters. Yeah,
world,
this is.
worldwide headquarters. You know, even I have been there. So, like, people from all over the world visit on the tourist visa. So that
Mhm.
itself is, violating the visa regulations
Yeah, because the religious
as a
missionary
tourist, but
visa is a different visa.
different visa, exactly. But actually, they always turn a blind eye to this issue simply because, these people act very benign,
Uh-huh.
they act, and therefore they think these people are very, if you outward these people look very spiritual kind of people, non-threatening, non-violent kind of a people. So the
Mhm.
authorities, mistakenly think these people are not going to be a threat, but actually these people are the springboard for all the other terrorist organizations. These people are the kind of
Mhm.
fuel. Actually, if you
Mhm.
I can later on I can give you the details where this it is the Tablighis who have gone and joined even the Taliban and all the other Pakistani terrorist outfits. So it is this
Mhm.
Tablighi movement which gives the initial impetus for all these terrorist organizations. So these people,
Yeah,
as
even
I
in
told,
Pakistan, I could say the same for them in Pakistan as well, because
yeah,
from the
yeah, yeah,
Tabligh
yeah, yeah,
movement is connected with the Jihad movement, and Jihad movement is connected with Kashmir Jihad,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then the Taliban Jihad in Afghanistan.
Exactly,
So,
exactly, exactly.
so
So the authorities are really confused. So they confuse even the average Muslim is kind of in confusion who these people are. So just imagine an non-Muslim trying to figure it out who these people are. So it could be
Mhm.
impossible task for them to
Mhm.
find out who these people really are.
So, do you think that these people? How do you explain? Like, do you think that these people really hate non-Muslims, like non-Muslims living in India, or
No, it's not. It's not a hate. Actually, these people, their mission, their life mission is to emulate the 7th century Arabian lifestyle. They think the 7th century Arabian lifestyle is the perfect one to live.
Mhm.
That's it.
So,
Every
but
other, every
overall,
other,
overall,
every yes, yeah.
overall, what
You
do you think? Like,
yeah,
when people become indoctrinated with all the beliefs that come from the Tabligh movement, so is there
yeah.
an element of hate that was maybe already present in a Muslim person? Does it become aggravated? Does it increase in some way during this getting joined or being a part of this Tabligh movement? Do you think
Yeah,
like the overall kind?
it is an hatred, but the Tabligh are really a smart people.
Uh-huh.
Unlike they are not vocal about their hatred like any other jihadi or even like Jamaat Islami or anything like that. They don't. You won't see Tablighis go on protest march, holding placards or shouting slogans or anything like that. They
Mhm.
are very peaceful outwardly, as I told. That's why they are very, even the officials are very fond of these people,
Mhm.
So they don't get into any political activities or anything like that, even. But the hatred is very subtle. They are only, as I told, the life mission is to, they wait for the time, the right time where they can establish the Sharia or the Khilafat. So they are waiting for the right time where they can get that critical mass. They are trying to convince the enough Muslims the Islam is the right solution. Then they will
Mhm.
get activated. So
Okay,
this is
one other
their
thing.
thinking.
One other
Yes.
thing, like as
Yeah.
compared to Jamaat-e-Islami in India, what do you
Yes.
think? Is Jamaat-e-Islami more influential or they are more influential among
I
the
would
Muslim
say the
masses?
Tablighi. I think both are influential in different ways. Actually, Jamaat Islam works top to bottom, and the
Mhm,
Tablighi works from bottom to top. You know,
mhm,
Jamaat Islam believes in establishing the Sharia first and convincing the people.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Tabligh believes in convincing the people first, the importance of the Sharia first, and then establishing the Sharia.
Okay,
So,
so one other question
in
that I
the
have.
end, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
You please explain. Then I will ask that one.
Yeah, then in the end, the Jamaat Islam or even the Tablighi or even the Salafi or any other movements, their objective is the same to establish the Sharia or the Khilafah in the end. But their means and their mode of operation is different. This is the only
Mhm.
difference. But the real objective is in the end to establish the Sharia, establish the Khilafah.
So I will ask a hypothetical
Yes,
question here. Like,
yeah.
let's say the Tabligh movement decides to come on the government side in this crisis, and they want to tell the people to observe all the sanctions that are being put by the government or all the precautions that the government is advising. So,
I
if the
think I
Tabligh
think
movement,
I think that's kind of a tactical withdrawal. They are already. I think what I heard in the news already. I think already the Maulana. I don't know whether it's the authentic one. Has already released an audio saying his followers is kind of a basically kind of a U-turn of what he has said only a week ago. Is saying basically to follow the government regulation. So the Tablighis are very much used to this kind of tactical withdrawals. So actually, there's a word called. It's almost like a takia, like a very. They call it the hikmah, the hikmah.
yeah, where
Uh,
they lie according to the situation,
yes, exactly.
that the
But
situation does
they
not
are the
harm them.
most exactly. These people are the most subtlest group of people you will find among the Muslims. So that's why they go undetected. I can tell you, even I can even share with you some documents. Even they have gone undetected, even to the CIA. So they have
Uh,
been that smart.
Okay, so if they come on board with the government and they start telling the people that they have the people have to comply with the instructions of the government, so do you think in that sense, in that situation when they are on the same uh, on the same standing with the government, the Muslims in India are going to cooperate with the government? If there is, let's say,
Yeah,
Maulana Saad issues a public statement saying that every Muslim has to cooperate with the government. So, do you think
uh,
it can improve the situation, or it can
yeah.
uh,
His
totally
followers
dissolve the
is
situation?
I think his followers are the Tablighi is I think if I'm maybe like around 20 to 30% of the population
Mhm.
will definitely follow his instructions. Definitely.
Okay, so these people, if they want to, they can have a good impact, but they wouldn't do that. So,
Yeah.
but one thing that we are seeing a lot of resistance from the Indian Muslims when it comes to closing the mosques or not saying prayers in the mosque. There have been
Yeah.
people who have been saying prayers secretly in the mosques. There have been,
Yeah.
even if the government is not allowing for the Jummah prayers, and there have been a lot of raids, which and a lot of
Yeah.
videos have come in front of us
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the police has
Yeah.
raided
Yeah.
the mosques and they have seen large gatherings in secret in the mosques. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
where does uh, can you see this? Do you feel that this behavior is going to change, or it's not going to change? Let's
It's
say
not going to
after a
change.
month, there are a lot of deaths in India and even in the Muslim community. So, is this behavior then going to change when they see someone dying in front of
No,
them,
no, no,
or
no,
some of their
no, no.
relatives or
It's not
neighbors
going
die?
to. No. No, I doubt it. I doubt it very much. It's going to change. The more they say, see these, the more they're going to get, get into their mosque and get into their mosque and do this thing more. All I can see that they're not,
So
never going to get away from it.
then this means that then a very terrible future is awaiting India or maybe even Pakistan, because
Exactly,
this
exactly. I
very
think that yes.
influential group of people is not going to let people follow
Yeah,
the path that the government tells them
as
to
per
follow.
one study, Ghalib, as per one study, because these people don't keep any, as I told, anything in black and white.
Mhm.
Though in overall these groups, Tablighis influence overall is been is diminishing, but still their membership, kind of is in the region of like 100 million, I should say, worldwide. They're operating
So
in the world around almost 200 odd countries. As you can say, these people are even in Andaman and Nicobar Island. You can see that. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So before we end this, Hassan, would you
yes.
like to give some kind of advice to the Indian Muslims or even the Pakistani Muslims and the governments of both the countries, provided the current crisis that we are facing, what the Muslims should do and what the government should do to make the Muslims cooperate with the government in case of India, especially?
Yeah, I would like to say, as a finishing note, this is a very serious situation. I mean, this virus does not discriminate among faith communities or even regional borders or whatever, right?
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
have
It's
to
a very
take it. I
secular
think
virus.
the
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, it's
So
exactly.
it's a very secular virus. So exactly. So I think that it is the Indian governments or the Pakistani government, for that matter, should take this very seriously and take into their hands and to put these people in place, because these people are a group of people are never going to. You can never convince these people by discussion. So this is, you have to take some stern action, what was taken in China, for example.
Mhm.
That's how you can control this virus. This is not the time to be nice to these people. So, but I think the Muslim community itself, I think those who are educated, those who are in the middle class, will people like, hopefully those who are moderate Muslims will come to realize the gravity of the situation, and will take a fresh look about their faith and how to be the moderate Muslims, and not be a burden to their community, not to be a burden to their country. That
Yeah,
is my only
exactly.
hope, and be a worthwhile citizen.
Yeah, exactly. So, thank you very much, Hassan, for being with us. And for the
Okay,
people
Ghalib.
who are
Thank you very much
watching,
to you as well. It's a pleasure talking to you as well, Ghalib,
yeah,
and
it
inviting me.
has
Yeah.
been a very brave on Hassan's part. He is a closet ex-Muslim. He doesn't reveal his non-belief to his family even, and he has been living in secret. And so are many other ex-Muslims who cannot reveal their identities or their beliefs to even their families members. So it's a difficult situation, but it is a very courageous thing on his part to come and tell us about what is going on and what is the true psychology of these people. So I will see you in another video with a different topic. So we are going to sign out now. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to receive all the notifications. You can also support me on Patreon. The link to Patreon is in the description. If you help me on Patreon, it will be much easier for me to continue my work and spread this message to a greater number of people.